Are you
Of course,
a
you
big
know,
fan of-
I'm a big fan of Twinkle Khanna herself for the person that she is, her columns, her first book, Miss Funny Bones, I completely adored. I finished it on my holiday,
Yeah.
and I'm dying to lead The Legend of Lakshmi Prasad, and I'm really dying to be on stage. I'm so honored to be a part of this book launch in such a personal way.
Is there? Have you had a chance to read it yet?
I haven't had a chance to read the full book, but I have read a couple of passages
Yeah.
since I'm going to be reading.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited, but I can't wait to get my hands on this baby.
In India Zindagi, you are being dragged for your bad jokes, right?
Hmm.
So clearly, having a funny bone is something that you celebrate. So, you know, I'm sure there's
I'm very appreciative of those who have the funny bone as well, and I'm very appreciative, especially of Twinkle, because her funny bone is absolutely funny. No, but hers is on another level. Like if you got the Coffee with Karan episode, was a racket. I was laughing and falling down on the floor. So I'm really happy to be here for her today, and really I'm glad that she wanted me to be a part of it.
I just hope that we celebrate her work in the nicest way.
Yeah.
And she deserves all the success, all the love. And I'm really excited to be here.
So we've got that right. We are here to praise Twinkle. Uh, let's just clap for her again. Chiki said it all. I think that we all know that truly it's more about the legend of Twinkle Khanna now, after the legend of Lakshmi Prasad.
After being on Coffee with Karan, yeah, I
Look,
think.
I have to put this out. She refused my first film. I had a bit of a broken heart then. But in my heart, I said that one day I'm going to make this girl more famous than she is. And there it was this Sunday, the one television show. I've just decided to tell you, you may be number one at Crosswords, or you may be number one on the Amazon. You ain't fighting the TRPs of Coffee with Karan this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really sorry. No matter how brilliant she is, I finally made her famous. What do you have to say?
Thank you, Karan. But I think it was the joke about where you hide your mic that made me famous on Coffee with Karan.
I want to tell you that everybody who's messaged me after the show said, we've never seen you more stumped, more shocked, and more perplexed than you've ever been on this season. And it's true, because this is what's been happening since I've known her as a child. But secretly, as her closest friend from my years, I feel like this sense, like just today, Ranbir was like teasing me, and he was like, you're so hyper about this book launch. Like, it's more important to you than what we're doing right now. And I'm like, because hidden there is a lot of love and a lot of pride for all your achievement. And I think that that's what really makes me like not be able to express it, because we have a layer of humor in our interaction. But truly, I mean, I think taking the leap that you have, I think has been amazing. And now the legend of Lakshmi Prasad, which is your bout with fiction, and all the 4 stories, which are immensely gorgeous, with their inherent, I would say there's an inherent lying feminism, which we have to talk about. But not only that, the
Is
storytelling
he
power.
going to stop, and do I get a chance?
No, because when you get a chance, you start talking about my hidden mind. Okay, talk.
Ask me something.
I just did. How do you feel? हाँ, क्या लग रहा है? क्या जो किरदार आपने निभाया? Isn't that what they are? मेरा character बहुत bubbly है. That's what they used to say in Lehre in the 80s. Bhavna ji will know.
No, but in Lehre in the 80s, actually, I have a video clip. Somebody sent it to me. And I'm there with this bouffant pink lipstick. And somebody's asking me about how I see things. And there I am. And I'm saying, you know, I always see things in a funny manner. I don't know if funny things happen to me or I look at them like that. So that video is probably the origin of Funny Bones. Like you have the origin of Wolverine. That is my origin video. Yeah.
Right. No, so this transition, when you wrote these 4 stories, especially the first one, which is Noni Appa, you said that went through a beat with you. You started it at age 18.
Yeah.
And something about that which I read about you, which said that you were always like this plump nerd with a book in your hand.
Yeah.
So going to Noni Appa a little later, did you ever imagine that you would be on a platform that would be about you being an author, best-selling author? Did you see that happen?
I mean, plump nerds don't get to be best-selling authors?
Well, I don't know. You said that. You said that. I don't know. I was a plump nerd and far from writing a book right now. But yeah.
So I think that this is to everyone. You know, we grow up and we need to conform to society to fit in. And my granny would always be moaning about the fact that, you know, I'm wearing dal-stained jeans, or I don't brush my hair, and I should go on. And my mother was always trying to put me on a diet. And I would tell her that, you know, I don't want to fit in with this world. Why would I want to fit into a size 4 dress?
Yeah.
And I think that for all the oddballs and misfits out there, eventually, if you just follow your path, you will reach somewhere where no one else has, because you are uniquely meant to do something that only you can do.
And what do you think about, like, what I read the book? There is this underlying, like, feminism, deep feminism that runs through all 4 characters. Is that intentional?
So basically, after reading the book, even a lot of journalists came to me and they said, with great trepidation, they asked me, are you a feminist? Almost like they were asking me, are you a Satanist or a Justin Bieber fan? But feminism is basically about wanting equal opportunities. And anybody who says that they are not and they don't believe in feminism are idiots, is what I would like to say. So, and there's my friend Nanu. We have fights for feminism, about feminism. And I think that it's very simple. Women are trying very hard to find their place in the world, which should have been theirs anyway. But unfortunately, men had the keys. They locked us in the cage, and now we are finding ways to wiggle out.
And what a way to wiggle out. So tell us about your first story, which is Noni Appa. Like, you went through beats to reach that final narrative.
So Salam Noni Appa is thanks to my grandmother, who dragged me to Jamaat Khanas my whole life, which she doesn't take me anymore because she claims that I can't do this Shajo Didar properly. I don't know what that is, but now she's ashamed of me. And it's a story I've been trying to write since I was 18, and I wrote it 3 times in 3 different versions. First, the protagonist was an 18-year-old girl, and then I wrote it again at 40 when the protagonist was 40, and now finally, the protagonist is Noni Appa, who's 68, and she finds love in the winter of her life. And that is what it is.
Well, very, very happily and excitedly, we have someone who's had a journey of her own to read a passage from the legend of Lakshmi Prasad, from not knowing who the president of the country is to emerging as the strongest voice as a female actor of her generation. I was trying to give you a dramatic introduction, Alia. She just broke it.
I want to interrupt him. Since he's asked you this about the president, Karan, I want to ask you something. Can you please tell me what is the full form?
I'll pay you 500 and 1,000 rupees. Just shut up.
Just tell me what is a full form of MNS? Just answer that. That's one thing.
I know what PMS is, and that's what I'm going through right now. That is what I'm going through right now. Anyway, thank you. I will not be answering any of your questions. I was going to say that she's had...
See, he did not know. Just rest easy. He doesn't know everything.
I know. I don't want to say anything politically correct or politically incorrect. I want to be silent. That is my stance these days. If it's possible, I'm maintaining a low profile.
Yes, very low.
That was not meant to be a joke. As I was saying, the legend of Lakshmi Prasad talks about the triumph of a girl, and I truly believe this young child has triumphed from where she was and where she is today. I'm proud of her because she is my baby legend. I love you, Alia Bhatt. Please come on stage. Poor Ranbir and Alia, they have to read after Shabana Azmi. It's not fair. There should be a disclaimer.
Yes, there should be a disclaimer that I'm terribly nervous. I don't think I was so nervous before giving my first shot for my first film, Karan.
Yeah, no,
I
know.
My heart is beating
feel
very fast. Dup, 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 dup. But I just want to say thank you for having me here. It's a very intelligent room and a very wise room. I'm going to try and read very well. Bijendra Prasad was very fond of his little daughter. He always told her that she reminded him of her grandmother. They had the same narrow hands and long face, the gap between the tip of the nose and the lips disproportionately large, but pleasing all the same. On balmy afternoons, he would sit with her after lunch and tell her stories from the Ramayana. One day he told her about Shravan Kumar, who looked after his blind parents, spending his whole life serving them. Engrossed in the story, he murmured, "That is why a son is so important, for his old parents to lean on. With daughters, all our savings go away in giving and giving." Lakshmi, now 16, understood that he was talking about Sukruti, the intermittent demands by her in-laws and the last year for more dowry or gifts as they called it. But she didn't ask him about it. Just at the mention of her sister's name, her father's mouth would tighten, and he would rub his bony collarbone wearily and say, Sukriti is all right. Everything is all right. It is manageable.
Well done, Alia. Thank you very much. The Sanitary Man. And of course, any particular reason why we requested Ranbir Kapoor to tell this story?
Because he is obsessed with sanitary napkins, and your last movie, you made him obsessed with love, unrequited love. Poor thing. So let's call
I'm
him
trying
on
to
stage.
find the connection between unrequited love and a sanitary napkin. We'll hold that thought and, of course, call Ranbir Kapoor to read an excerpt from The Sanitary Man.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Twinkle, congratulations on your juggernaut of a book. Plug-in.
Juggernaut of a book.
When I was asked to read a passage from the book, I was really excited, and I messaged Twinkle saying that I'll bring my bestest English. And Pat came a reply saying that, don't worry, his English is as bad as yours. So just come and read. So I'm asked to read a passage from The Sanitary Man and a Sacred Land. But before that, I just want to read something which is on the third page of the book, which goes like, for Akshay. Each time there is a power cut, you, my friend, always have a flashlight handy. Prashant Batra submitted his story to The Guardian titled, The First Man to Wear a Sanitary Napkin. It was a 4-page article chronicling Bablu Kevat's journey from Mohana to Indore. And with that, troops of ruddy-faced journalists wielding straw hats and bottled water, along with the dictaphones, began descending on Bablu Kevat's workshop from all over the world. The Times of India was the first Indian newspaper to feature Bablu Kevat and his unique invention. A half-page story on page 6, sandwiched between an advertisement of Syntex water storage tanks and an announcement that wished Sardar Ranga Singh a very jolly birthday, Sarji. Bablu Kevat had started getting famous. There were television interviews where poker-faced anchors, not quite focusing on the work he was doing, with non-profit and women's group, kept trying to draw out salacious details of him wearing a pad and leaking blood all over himself.
Thank you. Thank you. Now that is what you call a powerful vagina monologue. It truly is, in every which way. Thank you, Ranbir. Thank you for rendering it so well. And I think that comes to a close for all the special guests. Yes. I'll call you back. You need a photo. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'll call you. I thought it was a...
What is this? Master of ceremonies.
Sorry, I take my role a bit too seriously. Yes, thank you. Vote of thanks.
Yes.
You want to stand up and thank people?
Yes.
All right, okay.
I'd first like to thank my editor, the brilliant Chikki Sarkar, who's just about to pop out Juggernaut's latest and most significant offering, as you can see. She's 8 months pregnant and all the way here. I'd like to then thank my mother. I am not half the woman you are, Mom, but that half seems to be enough. And I'd like to thank Balki and Swanand for your valuable inputs into this book. Merlin Joseph, where are you? Stand up. Give us a wave. Stand up. Thank you for bearing with me. I've called up Merlin at all odd hours and asked her random questions. Once she was watching a movie and I rang her up and said, so Merlin, when you die, where are you likely to be buried? And she gamely, she said, I have to think about it. I haven't really planned it. I'm pretty young yet. So thank you. My children, Arav and Nitara. Stand up, Arav. Stand up. Don't be shy. Yeah. My heart bursts with joy just looking at you. So thank you for just being there, being alive, being healthy, and all those things. I'd like to thank my friend Karan. Come ahead. He is my dear friend. He is like the 100-rupee note. It's always in your pocket. You take it for granted, but when it comes to crunch time, you realize how valuable that bloody note is.
500 बोल देती तो क्या जाता तेरा? So even there she kind of shortchanged me.
Ranbir and Alia, thank you very much. You all did a magnificent job. And now I have one person. I'm coming to it. You love my husband more than me.
Rightfully.
Yeah, right. And my husband, and this book is dedicated to him. He's my biggest cheerleader, my greatest support. He's a man who takes more pride in my work than anyone ever has, including my mother, who's all the time kind of, somebody came up to her and said, your daughter is a good writer, and she shouted and said, this jungly here, this jungly. So I'm really fortunate to have this man with me, and like Noni Appa and Anandji, I hope we continue playing rummy for the rest of our life together. Yeah.
पहली बार मैंने बुक रीडिंग किया है. आई वॉज वेरी नर्वस क्योंकि सबके सामने पहले तो शबाना जी पहले गई थी टू रीड, और उनके बाद उन्होंने जो लेवल सेट किया तो मैं तो बहुत ही नर्वस हो गई. बट इट वेंट वेल. बहुत ही छोटा सा पैसेज था एंड आई थिंक इट वेंट वेल.